Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Today is Friday, the 4th of August. My name is Brad Matheny, and this is the TTScanner Hotlist video for expert growth members. Today, we're going to go over something, we're going to go over the basically ground up type of explanation about what's going on here. We're going to focus with the core list because we only have a couple of signals. We're going to highlight the new, what I call 33 thrust patterns here. And then we're going to highlight also what I call the pop shift patterns here, which are highlighted in these darker red colors here. This is a mild pop shift. This is a more aggressive pop shift. This is a more aggressive pop shift, and you'll see others in the other charts. Now, what are the 33 thrust, and what are the pop shift patterns, and what are the TT scanner patterns? So let's take a look at this first chart. So this is the core list, part of the expert growth membership. These are weekly swing trades. Now remember, weekly swing trades are designed to last 2, 3, maybe 10, 15 weeks in length. You see here's one in MJ, it's lasted 54 weeks. Long and short of it is these are designed to give you opportunities over, call it a 5 to 15 day window to catch some pretty good trades and to run fairly tight with your stop. So let's look at this XHB. First off, our stop is at 75.32. We'll draw a line down here at 75.32. So right about here. This is where our stop is. And we'll change this to normal, and we'll change it to kind of a red color. That's where our stop is. We got in about 6 weeks ago, so count this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We got in right here. Theoretically right in there. We're already up about 11%, it looks like. It's calling it 9%, so we must have got in right here. Yep, there's our entry, 9.8 to 9.9. So we got in right on this bar, right here. Oops. And that is our entry bar. So now the purpose of this is to show you, again, how you want to try to take a look at this from a standpoint of trading. So you've gotten 9.5% roughly, almost 10% on this trade. You've hit the first target at 81.11, which is right here, 81.11. There's our first target. And overall, ladies and gentlemen, this has been a pretty good trade. Our second target is at 85.76. We're pretty close. 85.76. Oh man, we just missed it this week. So 85.76 up here. Oh, there's 68. I'll try to roll this up just a little bit. 85.80. So there's our second target. And again, this is what the value of this is for the expert growth members. Not every trade's obviously going to work out, but the idea that you're going to be able to catch these trades efficiently, you've hit your first target, the stop hasn't moved up yet, 75.32. Obviously, I would, if I were you guys, be moving my stop up above this target right now, trying to protect my trade in case it moves back down. You can follow this trade, but again, one measurement that you might want to try to do is that, so we'll move this back down to the original area, which was right down here. When you get into the trade from a recent pivot point, I want to show you a little secret here, from a recent pivot point all the way up to the top, okay, you want to technically try to find a stop level that's somewhere between 382 and 50. That's this level here and this level here. So at this point, 382 and 50 would mean our stop level would be up in this area, okay? And then ideally, if you've reached your first target and or are close to the second target and are concerned about the market, then you can go ahead and move the Fibonacci system. This is just a Fibonacci retracement to near your entry price. Look again for the 382 to 50 area. That's where you want to try to have your stop if it's sufficient. So that means that if I really wanted to, I could move my stop up into this area or this area right around my target 1 or a little higher, and that would be sufficient. You're using Fibonacci of the range to try to protect your position as it moves forward, okay? And obviously this could go on for quite a bit, but you're giving it a decent enough range. You've locked everything in at the first target. You're still going to end up making your 4.5% on the first target, and it looks like it may come up a little higher. If it does go up a little higher, you'll be able to move your stop up again. Let's take a look at PHO. It's only a couple of weeks old, so PHO. PHO looks like we are already in the trade just about 1%, so that would mean we got in at this area. Yep, right to there. There's our entry right here. And where we're at with our targets, we have a target at 58.93 and 61.10. So we'll come up here, 58.93, roughly right about there, and 61.10. Whoops. Right around there. There's our two targets. Our stop level is at 56.24. So stop level is going to be right down in this area. That's 56.28. I'll move it down just a little bit. That's 22. So there's our stop. And where we're at with this, ladies and gentlemen, this is a fairly tight trade. We have, remember, it's a weekly trade. We have the opportunity to try to get back up here. Commodities do look like they are rallying. Okay, we're seeing that now with oil. We're seeing that now with oil. We're seeing that now with metals. So this may end up being a fairly good trade. You do have a little risk in this trade, given the rotation that's taking place in the market. You do also have a 33 thrust pattern here. That's what this bluish 5 means. Now, a 33 thrust pattern is something that I've identified as a potential for a volatility mode. What would happen in this case is that the 33 thrust pattern this week would be predicated on the concept that we start next week with a higher close, a higher open. So some type of an open, maybe here, or here, or here, somewhere higher than this week's close. So it's got to be up in this area. And what that would mean is that we have a qualifier that the market is attempting to resume a trend. So what's happening here is we're getting the 5 on the bull bear trending. We're getting the 3 on the bull bear thrusting, bull bear shift. We're getting a positive on thrusting, even though thrusting has come down. That's because we've seen the market come down a bit. We're in it for 2 weeks already. We are long bullish on the TT scanner system. Confirmation of this 33 thrust pattern would be a higher opening next week and the ability to stay away from our stop level. That would indicate that we have the potential for some sort of upward movement to resume. Okay, and that's exactly what the 33 thrust pattern is attempting to show us, is that we have a strength, we have an internal shift taking place, which indicates thrusting to the upside, a potential rollover, kind of like we had here, thrusting upward, rolling downward, thrusting upward, rolling downward, thrusting upward. This is designed to give you an indication that we are in a potential thrusting upward mode. So even if we got like a lower open, we're still long next week. So hypothetically, even if this moved down here, we are still long. We're still waiting for this to recover. We could see this type of a move, open lower, close dramatically higher, could continue to extend like we saw here. But this 33 thrust pattern is a fairly good indication that we are going to get some sort of an upward thrusting price momentum after this consolidation phase back over here. So we have another one here in XLF, 33 thrust. It is bullish. It is positive on the thrusting scenario. So let's take a look at XLF. Oh, why did I end up in here? Have a move down into the 60, 59.40 area and get out of it and then wait for this basing. Remember, these these rejection points here become very critical. So in other words, we're going to probably find some sort of support down in this area, and that's going to probably be an indication that the market is going to bounce off of that area just like it's done before. Now let's see if it's been, oh yeah, it's been well below. You know what, this may have more room than I thought. We have been well below this $60 area, $61 area, and the markets are entering into a contractionary phase. I'll show that to you in the other videos. But again, I'm just trying to show you how these work. Now, we also have and I need to show you this. This is the new pop shift pattern in UUP. So let's take a look at UUP, and we're focusing on the pop shift pattern, not the 33 thrust pattern. Remember, 33 thrust, let me do it here. 33 thrust is a resumption of trend setup. The pop shift is and how do I want to